All right, so we're going to get right into it. Welcome everybody to our Team Synergy Zoom, and tonight's topic is going to be, and if you did not watch the Neora U, go back and watch the Neora U, because if you haven't noticed, the theme is Facebook pop-up parties. It is all about Facebook pop-up parties, and what it's doing is it's not getting people, 10 customers and 15 brand partners, but it's getting everybody exactly what happened with Tammy and exactly what has happened with Pat and Misha, as well as Michio, is that you have a party, and even if you don't get customers immediately, like myself, you get 2 or 3 prospects who you can send samples to who are now a little bit more open. And you've learned about how to do the Facebook party like I did. I learned that I had too many posts. There's a lot of things that I watched. I saw which from here, she has 3 preferred customers and 2 brand partners from her first Facebook party. And I think this is her wheelhouse anyway. So we're going to hear from her on what she did, how she did it, and why she did it. And like I said, go back to the Neora U to learn more about more nuggets that they are dropping. And they also had, I'm going to reach out to her. I got to find out her name. They also had a woman who was a hairstylist in California, in LA, and works in high-end salons, who talked about how our ProLux is off the charts and why we need to be telling everybody about it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Tammy. Tammy, if you could, for those people that are going to watch this that aren't on the Zoom, tell us your name, your background, and where you live.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Tammy Meis, as Tim said, and I'm in California in the good old USA. And I have been a Neora brand partner. I think I'm going on close to 4 years now. And what else?
I think that's pretty much it. Your background is?
I have a background in previous network marketing companies. And honestly, I was kind of lured over here because it's Neora. I don't know what else to say. It's fantastic. So I was kind of lured over here from another company that was good, but not as good as this. Oops. And and I actually have a background in business. I've owned computer company before. I have a background in programming. I also have a background in marketing. I've done a little bit of everything. I've been a jewelry designer, so I'm kind of a little bit of a jack of all trades.
Awesome. So if anyone knows anyone that's in computer software, all that stuff, or they've been in another network marketing company before, or might be looking at Neora, you're a good person for a 3-way or Zoom.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask you to share your screen, and you hit share your screen, and then it's going to say share at the bottom right again. Go ahead and hit that.
Okay. And I'm going to, I don't want to share my desktop. Okay, let's see what's it sharing.
So when you hit share screen, what is it? Does another pop-up come up?
Allow to Zoom to share your screen. Okay. Okay, let me get this going.
Cool.
Okay. I'll get back to Zoom and see if I can do it again. All right, there it is.
Bam. Awesome.
Okay, there we go.
So now what I'm going to ask you really quickly is, had you ever thrown a Facebook party before?
No, this is my very first one.
Okay. Had you attended a Facebook party before?
I had attended a couple from our own team that were as new as me.
Yeah.
So I was learning from them as well. So.
And did that give you some ideas of what you wanted to do and maybe what you don't want to do?
Sure.
So you would recommend people going on other people's parties and participating and commenting?
Absolutely. I participated in the other parties. I thought it was really good practice for me. I could see what they were doing, where they were getting responses, where they weren't. You can tell what moves you by another party, and you figure
Awesome.
that will work for your party or what doesn't.
Awesome. And in reference to where you may have gotten some content for some post ideas, what to do, what not to do, is there a Facebook group that you would recommend people join that Neora has put together?
Well, there's actually some really good groups. My favorite is our Linked Arms groups that we have. And there's wonderful content because there's so many people that have shared great stories in there. So that's one of my top ones right there is the Linked Arms groups. And we have a couple of those. Excuse me. And no, don't have the virus. Just dry throat. The thing that I found was best for me was to make it easy on myself, not try to recreate everything from scratch. And I'm going to share a secret with you right now. I actually didn't start putting my party together until the day before. So I went into Linked Arms and I looked at the posts and picked some really great ones and took the verbiage and tweaked it to make it my own, to sound like myself instead of somebody else, and maybe put a little bit of my own personality in there, or maybe another sentence or two, or just changed it all together and just used the picture.
Perfect. So now if you could just walk us through step by step what you did in order to how to create it. Like, where did you get I keep wanting to move my screen. Where did you get your, how do you start your picture? How do you do invites? Like, just take us through the process. Like, what did you start to do to say, okay, first things first, here's what I'm going to do?
Okay, the first thing you want to do is just start a regular Facebook group. Don't go do an event. And the reason I'm not a fan of events is because you have a start and end date. And once that end date's gone by, nobody can go search for your event under their events on Facebook. They actually have to remember what the event was called, and then maybe they can find it. So I don't do events. I just do a regular little Facebook group, and we can reuse that group over and over again. So I started by, I did not invite anybody yet. And as I said, I started putting this group together the day before my party. My party was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. And I started working on it about 12 o'clock the day before I have done anything else, basically. So I found a nice picture to put up here. So we have our virtual bash picture up here. I called it Tammy's Virtual Neora Bash, the best of science and nature, and used that as my picture. It kind of gave them a glimpse of what it was, but it didn't really tell them anything, just a little peek for their interest there. And
really quickly, I'm going to interrupt you just real quick to go back to the invitation when you said, I didn't invite people right away. I created the group first.
Yes.
Is this the invitation to this group? Has it been different from others where when it came to, for me at least, when it came to the Zooms and it came to Facebook Lives and all that stuff, I would send a flyer and I would mass send it out and I would tag people. But this is more like I have to reach out to people individually and personally invite them to this group to say, hey, I'm having this party at 5 o'clock tomorrow. I'd like you to come. And there's verbiage from Neora University, another hint to go back and watch that, on how to invite people to say, hey, come support me. It's a little bit different. So that's why it's more important to create this first, then start inviting people individually. Does that make sense? Or
it absolutely does. I agree with that 100%. And I did use a different method this time. And many people already know this, but for those that don't, I do pretty much 99.99% of my business right here on Facebook. So I've used the fact that I've built a following, because I do at least one Neora post every day. And I do a lot of what I call the 3 E's, and that's provide entertainment and educate and engage. And so I do that every day, and that's how I build my audience. And I have quite a following now. So I used kind of the power of having that following that I've built. So never forget to keep adding new people and keep building your following. So I went one step beyond that this time and used a unique way to invite. And I used the voice message on Messenger. And my basic message went something like this. It went, hey, oh gosh. Hey, hey, I hope you're doing well. Just thought I would send you a quick message because I am doing my first ever Neora virtual bash tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Always give them what time frame you're in because we're all over the place. And I was wondering if, since you follow me on Facebook, or you don't have to say that, I was wondering if maybe I could count on you for some support tonight. I'm asking some of my Facebook friends to come over and give me a hand by just commenting or liking my posts or saying, hey, or whatever you want to do. You may find something you like that you want to try, or you may not. Either way is fine with me, but I really, really would appreciate your support if you just pop on tonight. And if you can't be there right on time, that's okay too, because we're going to have it for 24 hours, but you might even get a chance to win something for free if you just make some comments. So if you do that, I would so much appreciate it. So can I count on you to let me add you to my group?
It's awesome.
And yeah, I keep it less than a minute because that's about where they won't listen anymore. And
I think on voice messenger, they actually cut you off in a minute.
Yeah, I think so. But and you can shorten that, but that's the messages I want to get through. Come support me. You're not obligated to buy anything. You might win something free. Those are the three things you kind of want to get in there. And the big thing is be excited.
And when something just went through my head when I said you create this group first. You don't create all the posts first. You create the group, then invite everybody, and then start creating the posts. Right. And we're going to get into that. But yeah, so there's a couple. So you can go to any Linked Arms, North America Linked Arms, one team, or you could go to, there's a mock party Facebook group. And I'll put it in the link. I'll put it in brand partners, but Randa Carlisle created that group, and she did it for her team. And I guess requests came on so heavily for her that she opened it up to the company, to all the teams of anyone. And then all of a sudden people started having parties and then throwing more content in there and more ideas and more verbiage. And it's just an unbelievable place to get content. So have your, the thing there, it says the best of science, have your little poster there that's going to be your screen. And Tammy's is Tammy's virtual Neora Bash. Mine was, it's party time, and it was Jim Carrey in the mask going like this. So something clever or something as simple as this. And it's not going to be your one party. So don't get down on yourself if nobody buys anything. This is something that we're all going to continue to do and create a lot of fun and have fun, right? And the beautiful part about it is you get one brand partner, which Tammy's gotten 2, and she's going to now have parties with them. And all they're going to do is say the same thing she did. They're going to have friends come on, and they're going to get 2 customers, 2 brand partners, maybe not on their first, but maybe in their first, second, or third party, which really doesn't take any work, which we're going to see. And they get the 2 for 2 promotion. They could get, all kinds of good stuff just going up the train. So
Tim,
go ahead.
Can I add one little note before I forget it? It does take some time to kind of create your posts. So I do suggest everybody create them right on Facebook, create them and schedule them. I scheduled mine 10 minutes, or 3 minutes apart. I had about 15 posts. I also think I had a few too many. I probably should have scheduled maybe about a dozen. And the last one is about the business, but I would schedule them. And I did all that work the day before, and then the day of the party I invited.
Would you be able to do something for me real fast? Create another group, call it Tammy's Mock Party. So we're going to create a group right now just to show you all how she's doing it. So where are you going to create a group?
I'm going to create a group. Where am I going to go to create a group?
So you go to Facebook.
That's a good question. All right. They've got this new Facebook thing, and I'm usually on my phone, so bear with me here.
Sure.
That's not where I want to go. Is that groups, marketplace, home? Let's go home. Oh, that's that. Sorry, I'm like, I wasn't expecting that, Tim.
Well, that's okay. So what
There
happened?
it is. Okay.
You got it. Perfect.
Where is it? I'm usually on my phone. All right. Let's see. Am I in the right place, guys? Dang.
Yeah, your setup is a lot different than mine, it looks like.
Yeah, it's a newer setup. That's the problem.
I think you can revert back to the old
Here you go.
Facebook.
Go up, Tammy. Go up. Just go up.
Where you were. Yeah, there you go.
I got
That's
it.
There it
Okay,
is.
we're right here.
Group and then create a new group. Okay.
Okay, we got it going now. Group name,
Awesome.
Tammy's mock.
Mock party.
Party. Yay.
All right. Create.
Perfect.
Now this new Facebook thing, it's like,
There it is. And then you see the edit. You can choose a picture.
right.
Right.
Choose from your group photos, my photos.
So now let's talk about this real quick, because some people might get confused and they go, what do you mean time your posts?
Okay. We're going to schedule a post. This is how I did all of mine. I also numbered them. Create a post.
Blah, blah, blah. We
Blah,
have
blah, blah. We're going to do a number 1, blah,
blah, blah.
blah, blah, blah.
Perfect.
You can add whatever you need in here. I tended to add some videos, which I learned from Pat's party was a really good idea. Thank you, Pat and Misha. And do whatever you need to do, add whatever you need to do. Then you, oh, sorry. Then you can, sorry. Then you go down to here to schedule.
So go there again, just so people see where that was.
Okay.
Right next to post, it's a little calendar.
Little calendar down here. Click on that. Click on date. I was on the date I was going to start. It'll give you a time and it'll start right where the time is right now, because you can't obviously post behind you. And if I wanted something, my first close is at 5 o'clock, say this was my second post, I would go in here and change 5 and click into 5:03.
So why would you do 5:03? What are they recommending?
I think it was recommended by somebody to do your posts a few minutes apart. And I usually post a welcome post right when the party starts.
Cool.
So-
We'll go back to all your posts to see what order they were for the ideas.
Right.
But I wanted to come here first to show people that with each post, so that way, see, I didn't do this. I copy and pasted. So for every 3 to 5 minutes, I literally had to copy and paste my verbiage from one place in a group that I created and bring it over to this. And then I had to go find the picture, rather than all I had to do was this.
Yeah. This was
Schedule your posts.
and I first started actually planning out some stuff and posting it to my notes on my laptop. I thought, why am I doing that? I'm scheduling it anyway. So I went and did this. So, you know, and then just hit schedule, and that will show up then over in here under your scheduled posts. So if you need to go back and change anything, you can get in here and edit it.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yes. So you can schedule just kind of, you know, well, I'm not really sure exactly what the wording is going to be, but I know I want this post here. You can schedule and go back and change the wording. That's why I did all this the day before. And then the day of, I concentrated on inviting all those people. So
Perfect. Awesome. So you can literally create all your posts today, time them all, schedule the timing, and then just go to bed.
pretty much.
And then when your party starts, you don't have to hit start or anything. It just starts going.
Yeah, I get on and actually do the video ahead of time too. I didn't do a Facebook Live. I did a video, and
And let's talk about that for just a second.
Okay.
They recommend that we do a video and upload the video. And the reason for that is that Facebook Lives, some people's internet connection wasn't strong. And so they would come in and out. And so that's why they, through experience, people said do a recorded video. So I'm glad you touched on that.
Yeah. I just feel that also that way, if you're really nervous when you do your first video, you can always do another video. So, and you only want it to be a minute or two long just to welcome them and remind them of where the points chart is. Cause I had, invite a friend, get these points, giving away stuff. So point that out to them, that they can invite friends, give points and all that stuff.
Let's go back now to your party, your actual party that you had created.
Okay.
And let's show everybody. It's Marge says she has a question. So she says, where do you put your website in?
Ah, okay.
So is that in one of your posts? Will
no, it's
we
not
explain that
actually.
later on?
It's actually not in one of my posts.
Okay. Did you put your website in the party for people to see or no? Or would you rather them just personally reach out to you when they say, hey, how do I order?
I actually, now where did I get back there here? I actually did not ask them to reach out to me. I actually put it in the description of the group. Okay. And let's see, I'm trying to figure out how I got back there. Guys, oh no. Where was that? How do I do that? I keep doing that. Nope. My computer's very slow.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So Tammy's virtual Neora Bash.
Yes.
All right. So now what Tammy's going to do is she's going to share with us, because we saw how to create posts. So now she's going to show us what her first post was, why, and what followed after that, and how she closed it out. So go ahead and go through that, Tammy, if you could.
Sure. I had two posts that were pinned at the top. Trying to remember if, let me take a look at these real quick. Refresh my memory here if I still have. Okay. I wound up starting it with a welcome, let's get this party started. And that was just a casual post of me standing in the middle of a room. And do you want me to play it?
Yeah, you can play it if you'd like to.
Just then you could just hear what I said. Actually, yeah. Well, no, wait, this one was about 3 minutes. I don't want to play all that.
Well, we can play like the first minute or something.
Okay.
So people can hear how relaxed you are and how non-professional this is.
Again, Tammy Meis. Just want to welcome you all to the party tonight and tell you a couple things before we get started. As you already know, my name is Tammy Meis, and I've actually been a team director with Neora for 4 years now. And the reason I decided to join Neora is for 2 reasons, actually 3. One is these products work. They work every single time. You just have to consistently use them correctly. 2, the compensation plan was awesome. I get $140 worth of products every month. And I also get free products to share with other people just by getting new customers. It's amazing. I love this. The 3rd reason is I can't work a regular job. While I'm playing on Facebook every day and you guys see me on there joking around, I'm actually doing my job. I'm working. I'm communicating. If I can do this, anybody can do this. That's why I joined Neora. And with the money I make from Neora, I'm able to live in this nice condo, pay my association fees and my bills, and have a really good life. And just wanted to invite you to look more into this business if that's something that sounds good to you. So while you're doing the Facebook party tonight, I want you to scroll, I want you to comment, I want you to invite. And when you invite guests, I want you to tag them on this post, because we need to verify that they've actually looked into this group before I start giving products away for people that were just invited, but they never saw the group. Okay. The other thing is, if you want to talk to me about booking a virtual party of your own, we can do that, and we can work out you getting products of your choice. The other thing I want to mention before I let you go and get the party started is we have a phenomenal offer that has only been offered. Okay, I'm going to cut it off and let you go on ahead. But
Cool.
I basically put a shamelessly plug for the business right away so I could kind of get them thinking along those lines. And because I figured the rest of it's going to be about products. So before I even got on here, I thought I have to put my why in here, why I'm doing Neora. So that was kind of why I put that in the welcome part.
That's awesome.
So
It was
anyway,
awesome. And so that's pinned to the top, correct?
that's pinned to the top.
Okay. And then there's another one pinned to the top that you said.
Yes, and this one is, and I tell them this in the video too, want to win a prize. And so if they lose track of this somewhere, they can always go back to the top and it's pinned there. How do I get points for this? And I did have quite a few people competing for points. So that was great.
It's awesome. So no, those are the two that are going to be pinned to the top, the welcome, and then how do I win or how do I get points as I'm partying.
Right.
And it was a great intro, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Michelle Gia says that was a great intro.
Oh,
And then in reference to those, let's go ahead and walk through those very quickly.
yeah, I'm trying to get back to the, there we go, discussion. Nothing like being on a new piece of software when you're trying to show someone.
We all learn together. I'm learning stuff. I'm like, wow, discussion. That's cool.
And as you can see right now, they're all, mixed up, but I put a number 9 here, because it was the 9th post. So I started with, let's see, let's go to number 1 and see where we went. That was my closing post, and we'll go into that later. Gosh, it's way down here, I guess. Okay. I think I started out with your mom, Tim. Oh, this was a post I put in. It was a little post right before the party said it's starting in an hour, just to kind of get people to look in the group and see what's going on.
Yeah,
so
that's something I also did too. So everyone that I had invited that accepted the invite are going to see any post, or they're going to get a notification of any post that I put in there. So you know, an hour before the party, you put a post, hey, the party's going to start in an hour. Make sure, you grab your drink or whatever. This is what you're going to need. Anyone that's already in the group is going to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it really helped get it stirred up.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim, the first post was your mom.
Awesome.
And that got a lot of comments, seen by 53 people. I invited a lot of people, by the way.
Wow.
And if you get tired of doing the messages, by the way, just throw some more people in there, just add them to the group. I had people show up that I did not get the verbal messages to, the voice messages. They came anyway, so don't be afraid to go ahead and do that as well.
And Michelle also asked, are these parties private or are they public?
They're private.
Mm-hmm.
They're private.
And that's another, I think, selling aspect for inviting people. Hey, I'm inviting you to my private Facebook party.
Right. There you go.
Right.
And I'm trying to find the next post. I kept the first post. The third one was Neora eye serum, but I kept the first few posts about our facial products. I remember that. I'm trying to look at the numbers on these real quick. Excuse me for doing that, but yeah, I went through some of the facial products. And if you notice, I also threw a few in here that were bonus posts. Mm-hmm. Tim made a comment on one of them that was Firmageddon. So I just said that and did another post. And I had 2 orders for Firm. But if you guys want to, if anybody isn't in there, this group is still up. If you want to get in there and look, just send me a message and I'll throw you in there, because I'm not going to take this down right away.
I know Michelle Gia would like to get an invitation to this group.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She's been asking lots of questions, which is awesome.
Michelle, I'm throwing your name in here right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome, hon.
You read my mind, Tim.
I know.
And you're doing an awesome job for your first go, Tammy. Really.
I know, isn't she?
Yeah,
That's
1L.
1L? Okay. There she
you
is. All right.
go. I don't know if Marge is in there. Marge.
Are you in there too, Marge?
I have a question.
I'm already there, thanks. I'm in.
All right.
When you have people help you do the posts, do you specifically ask them to do jobs? You know, like specifically, you know, Pat, can you come into my group and can you comment or, you know, share your before and after photo or give some more information about the age IQ or the EHT or whatever?
Great question.
Or do you just go, can you go in there and just
Yeah.
like that cat on the GIF?
Honestly, Rach, I was kind of like doing this at this time. I think next time I may go do what you just said because I heard that on a training and I thought that's a great idea. Unfortunately, it went flying out of my head and I never implemented it. But like I said, I put this together in 24 hours, so I didn't have a lot of time. But I think that's a great idea to have your teammates, you know, help you out there and, you know, can you do this? Or maybe a customer that I already have. I actually asked my best friend, I said, hey, can you come in and make a couple of comments, you know? So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it really is a good idea. Sorry, I've done quite a few virtual parties a while back. I started in September last year and I did it for my team to get them going and being able to invite people into it, rah, rah, rah. But what I found, because I didn't have anyone guided in what to do or giving them a job, they all just sort of sat there and watched. And there was no engagement and it was, you know, kind of a waste of time. And I did try and encourage them to get in and make a comment and stuff. But I think if you gave them a specific job, you know, can you
Comment on the odd numbers.
Yeah, or can you answer any questions that pop up in the live feed? Or
the other thing that I was talking to one of my brand partners last night up here in Cairns, and I said, let's do it together and capture the Cairns people. And she said, yeah, well, what would be great is I could get, and she named one of her really great customers who loves our Luma Boost. I'll get Rhonda to jump on and she can comment about why she loves the Luma Boost so much. And I'm like, that's where you really start pulling in they're not even a distributor, guys. They're just one of my customers.
Yeah.
hey,
That's a great idea to call your customers and say, hey, I'll send you a pair of eye patches if you comment on each.
Yeah.
Good idea.
And the other option that they mentioned in that training that you're talking about, Rach, about having roles, is it's also a great training for baby brand partners. If you give them, you're leading the party and setting it up and everything, but if you give them a job to maybe do a little video of their product and why they loved it, or a little video of why they joined as a brand partner, and use that in their party. That's a good one too.
Yeah. And I think this also, what I'm experiencing is that this is something that even newcomers and people that have been here for a while, if you participate in someone else's party and you see the reactions and the questions and the you know, the production from it, you get excited, like, I want to have a party.
Right.
Which is fun. You know, I mean, that's what you did for me, Tammy. I had mine before you, but then I saw you and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do another one.
I'm glad I could encourage you, Tim.
Yes. Awesome. So those are the posts. And then when it comes to follow-up or anything, how did you follow up, or what would you suggest? And again, they also did another follow-up. They did verbiage and how to follow up, what to say in the Neora U, so you can go back and watch that. But Tammy, what did you do in reference to some of the people and how they signed up?
Well, to be honest, I one of the brand partners, I kept meaning to tell you this, one of the brand partners that signed up was from the party, but the other one I had signed up before the party. But she had been basically watching the posts and things like that. I do have another person interested from the party. So I got 2 leads and one has signed up so far, but the other one that signed up last week. Now I did get 3 customers from the party. The follow-up that I did on that is as soon as I got done with the party, and I wound up putting a little teaser in here somewhere that says, you know, there may be extra gifts given away, you know, for, it might be a surprise. So I gave them a little, you know, nudge. And then I gave them a little nudge about 4:30, said last chance to earn points before our award prizes. So I found all these people getting in here and making comments. So I sat down and I actually made myself a little chart of who commented and what they commented on. But I made little notes on a pad that said basically, oh, you can't even see it on here. The background messes up. But basically little check marks of how many people made comments and what they commented on and things like that. So I go back to them and I wound up giving away samples to people that I saw commented on certain things. And I said, hey, you know, I'd like to give you.
That's exactly what I had.
I named them. These people are also getting some free gifts from me for participating. I named that on here. So I made a little post about it. So then I contacted each one and said, hey, I want to, you know, give you a free sample for participating. What would you like? And I gave them options of things I could give them samples of.
That's exactly. What a great idea. The people that didn't win, but they commented, the beautiful part is you are collecting information about what they're interested in and why. I had one guy talk about how his wife needs the Prolux and she would, you know, love that stuff. His kid needs the acne and he can't sleep. And so that was just one person. He didn't win, but I have all this information now and he has seen everything and he has had an experience that, wow, that was a nice experience. Right. So, and I did that with like 3 or 4 other people. And so like you, I was able to go through each comment, collect the information, and now I have ammunition on how to approach that person rather than, what'd you like?
Right, right. It really helped us because I had one person ask me about 4 different products and it was like, well, I have to write all this down. And now it's like, well, if she doesn't like one, she might like another. So
yeah. And then we have our promotional packs, right? And we have, I mean, it's just, there's so much goodness happening right now.
Yeah.
And the reason the one, sorry, my dog is barking outside. The reason the one brand partner decided to sign up now was she has actually been thinking about it for a while. And she said, you know, I don't know if I'm ready to do business, but I really think it's the right time for me to sign up on your $20 offer. So she signed up and bought the day and night cream, and you just never know, you know, she'll come around.
Have a party for her.
I told her, I said, I'm going to help you get those products free. And that's how.
Or just say, hey, let's just see who's interested. It doesn't matter if they sign up or not. Let's have a party, invite people. Here's how I'll tell you how to invite. So it's not, you know, aggressive, and we'll just have fun with this. Because I guarantee there's going to be people that, I mean, these parties are fun.
They're fun.
I was never really excited about them before. Now I'm getting excited about them.
Me too.
Does anyone have any questions at all? Want to add anything? Rachel or Michelle or?
I just want to say this is absolutely fantastic. So fantastic. Thank you, Tammy.
Ditto. I've
Yeah,
learned
Tammy,
so
great
much.
job. I told her she was training and she goes, oh, I am?
Also,
Natural leader.
it's the questions and the guiding that you're doing as well. It's really cool. Very, very cool. So as soon as you get that YouTube up, get it to me as quick as you can because I need to disperse that quickly.
Right on. Well, I'm going to, let's see, I'll stop the recording now, and we appreciate everybody watching this training. Go back over and over again to get the goods. Feel free to reach out to Tammy or myself with any questions. But these parties work, and we're going to continue to do them. Thank you.
Thanks.